All right, so we've got this fascinating LinkedIn profile here.
Okay.
Chassie Sellowane,
Mm-hmm.
an educational disruptor.
Wow. What a title, right?
Yeah.
And you've given us a lot to dig into here, articles, discussions,
Yeah.
a truly massive amount of experience, certifications, publications, even test scores.
It's really it's a very impressive profile just looking at it at first glance.
Yeah, it's like a masterclass in overachievement.
You can tell immediately that this is someone who's very passionate about the field of education.
Absolutely.
Um,
So our goal in this deep dive is to kind of figure out what we can learn from Chassie's journey.
okay.
What does it tell us about the changing world of education today,
Mhm.
especially in the international sphere?
Right.
What jumps out at you as unique or unexpected?
Well, I think that term she uses right off the bat, educational disruptor,
Yeah.
really suggests someone who's not afraid to shake things up, to
Yes.
challenge traditional ways of thinking.
And her bio emphasizes unlocking potential in every learner.
Which hints at a very personalized approach to education.
Hmm.
Plus, you've highlighted her interest in future-focused learning.
Yes.
And several of her articles seem to touch on that.
Right.
For instance, there's one titled Beyond the Textbook
Uh-huh.
that discusses using virtual reality to teach history,
Interesting.
which suggests she sees a shift away from traditional teaching methods.
Definitely. And that ties into something else that really struck me about her profile.
Okay.
Her global experience.
Yeah.
He's currently based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia,
Right.
but she's also worked in the UAE, Morocco, and the US.
Wow.
That kind of diverse background just has to have shaped her perspective on education.
Makes you wonder what common threads she's observed across these different systems
Right.
and what unique approaches she may have picked up along the way.
Exactly. And speaking of global perspectives,
Okay.
she even connects her work to Saudi Vision 2030
Interesting.
in one of her articles. This program aims to diversify the Saudi economy and reduce its reliance on oil.
Wow.
And she discusses how education plays a key role in achieving these goals.
It's fascinating to see how she weaves in those larger societal trends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about her certifications and licenses.
Okay.
There are a lot.
There are.
It's clear that Chassie is a lifelong learner.
Absolutely.
She has credentials in everything,
It's amazing.
from drama and special education to instructional leadership and the International Baccalaureate Program,
Right.
which is a globally recognized pre-university educational program.
Yes, very well known.
There's even a recent certification in child safeguarding,
Oh, wow.
which focuses on protecting children from abuse and neglect.
That's great.
She's clearly committed to having a very well-rounded approach.
It's like she's building this incredible toolkit
Yeah.
of skills
Yeah.
ready to tackle any challenge that comes her way.
And she's not just hoarding that knowledge, she's actively sharing it. She's published several articles in Teach Middle East magazine. Her articles cover a really wide range of topics,
They do.
from student agency and creating a positive school culture
Yeah.
to practical advice for teachers, like how to deal with the stress of formal observations.
Mhm.
I bet any educator out there can relate to that.
Oh, for sure.
What's striking to me is how practical her writing is.
Yes.
She's not just talking about theory. She's offering concrete strategies and solutions
Right.
that educators can implement in their own classrooms.
Exactly.
And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
One of her articles actually suggests alternative career choices for educators.
Oh, wow.
It's like she's recognizing that the skills of an educator
Uh-huh.
are transferable and valuable beyond the traditional classroom setting.
That's a great point.
It could suggest she's anticipating future shifts in the job market,
Mm.
or simply empowering educators to explore different paths where they can make an impact.
Right. And it definitely challenges that image of teachers being stuck in one specific role.
Yeah. Now, beyond teaching and being a principal,
Okay.
Chassie is heavily involved in professional organizations.
This is another sign of her commitment to the field.
Yeah.
She's active in groups like ASCD,
Oh,
which is the Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development,
right.
and ASC,
Uh-huh.
the New England Association of Schools and Colleges,
Okay.
a well-known accreditation organization.
Yeah.
It shows that she values staying connected to the field
Mm-hmm.
and contributing to the wider educational community.
She even founded the Meredith College Alumni International Chapter in Dubai.
Wow, that takes some serious initiative.
It really does.
It speaks to her leadership qualities
Mm.
and her desire to build communities of practice
Right.
where educators can connect, share ideas, and learn from one another.
And let's not forget her PhD journey.
Right.
She's currently ABD,
Mm-hmm.
which means all but dissertation, at North Central University, pursuing a dual PhD in ESL,
Wow.
English as a second language, and instructional leadership.
That dual focus is very telling.
Yes.
It aligns perfectly with her interest in international education
Right.
and her dedication to developing effective leadership in diverse settings.
And her research is focused on the effects of coaching and mentoring programs
Okay.
on non-native English speakers.
That's incredibly relevant
Yes.
in international education where students from all over the world are coming together.
So we've got a global citizen, an educator, a leader, a writer, a researcher,
Yeah.
and a champion for continuous learning, all rolled into one.
It's quite the combination, and it makes me wonder what connects all these different aspects of her work.
Right.
What's the driving force behind her educational disruption?
Maybe it's a passion for empowering others, for truly unlocking potential, like she says.
Mm-hmm.
Or perhaps it's a belief that education can be a catalyst for positive change in the world.
Those are certainly compelling possibilities.
Yeah.
I think as we dig deeper into her profile, we'll uncover even more clues to the unique blend of experiences and values that make Chassie Selloane such a remarkable figure in education today.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Let's
Let's dive in.
dive in.
Okay. You know, it's incredible to think about the impact she's having not only on her students, but on other educators as well.
Yeah,
She's a true advocate for the profession.
I completely agree. And it's not just about advocating in a theoretical sense.
Right.
She's taking concrete action.
Exactly.
Remember that Tablet 1.1 program she developed and rolled out at Says Dubai,
Oh, yeah?
the chic American international school?
Yes, that's a perfect example of her putting theory into practice.
Right.
Using technology to enhance the learning experience.
And it wasn't just about giving every student a tablet.
Right.
It was about integrating those tablets into the curriculum in a meaningful way.
Yes,
Wow.
changing how teachers teach and students learn.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about leveraging technology to create more personalized learning experiences
Mm-hmm.
and empowering students to take ownership of their education.
Absolutely.
And speaking of empowerment, her founding of the Sadie Dubai chapter of MiniSpark is really inspiring.
That's a fantastic program.
Yeah?
It flips the traditional classroom model,
Right.
giving students the opportunity to teach their teachers.
It's so innovative. It's like she's saying, don't underestimate what students can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Let's value their voices and embrace student-led learning.
Exactly.
What do you think could this type of student-led model work in every educational setting?
That's a great question.
Or are there limitations?
I think there's definitely potential for this model to be adapted to different contexts, but it would require careful consideration of the specific needs and dynamics of each learning environment.
I can see that now her Teachers Helping Teachers initiative
Yes,
is another testament to her collaborative approach, wouldn't you say?
absolutely. Creating a culture of peer support and mentorship is so crucial,
Yeah.
especially in a demanding profession like education.
It's not just about helping teachers survive.
Right.
It's about helping them thrive.
It's about fostering that sense of community,
Right.
sharing best practices,
Uh-huh.
and lifting each other up.
And, it strikes me that all of these initiatives connect back to her belief in unlocking potential,
Yes.
whether it's the potential of students, teachers, or the educational system as a whole.
I see that too. She seems to constantly be asking, how can we do better?
Yeah.
How can we create a more engaging, equitable, and impactful learning experience for everyone?
And that relentless pursuit of improvement is reflected in her own commitment to professional development.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those extensive lists of courses she's taken?
Oh, yeah.
Acting, action research, educational technology.
Wow.
She never stops learning and expanding her skill set.
It's a great reminder that becoming an expert isn't about reaching a destination.
Right.
It's about continuously evolving and growing.
And she's not just passively absorbing information. She's actively putting it into practice. Just look at her presentations at EdTech seminars, for example.
Exactly. She's sharing her experiences,
Yeah.
her insights, and her passion for 21st century learning with a global audience.
And speaking of a global stage,
Okay?
let's not overlook her impressive list of honors and awards.
Right. She's been recognized for her work in some pretty big ways.
Yeah, she's been a finalist for the GSS Education Awards multiple times.
Wow.
That's the Global Educational Supplies and Solutions Awards.
Okay.
One of the most prestigious awards in the field.
That's incredible.
She's also received a judge's commendation and even an honorary PhD.
It's clear that her contributions to education are being recognized and celebrated.
These awards are more than just personal achievements.
Right.
They show the real impact she's having on the field and lend credibility to her ideas.
It's inspiring to see someone who's so passionate about education being recognized for their work.
Her story reminds us that one person can truly make a difference.
Yes, it's about having a vision, taking initiative, and never stopping learning and growing.
And it's about recognizing that education isn't a solo pursuit.
Right.
It's a collaborative effort. We all have a shared responsibility to support the next generation of learners and leaders.
Absolutely.
As we're exploring Chassie Sellowain's remarkable journey, I'm struck by her unwavering commitment to her values.
Me too. Continuous learning, unlocking potential, empowering others.
Yeah.
These aren't just buzzwords for her. They're core beliefs that guide her actions and inspire those around her.
And they leave us with an important question to consider.
Okay.
How can each of us, regardless of our field, embody these values in our own work?
That's a great question.
What resonates most with you from Chassie's journey, thinking about your own work in education?
That's a great question. For me, it's her unwavering belief in the power of every individual to learn and grow. She doesn't just talk about it. She creates systems and structures that support that belief.
I'm also struck by her transparency. For instance, did you notice that she included her test scores on her profile?
Oh, yeah.
That's not something you see every day.
Not very often, no.
It shows a certain level of confidence and a willingness to be evaluated on her own merits.
Right.
And those scores are impressive.
They are.
High marks on the Praxis exams for school leadership, which are standardized tests used in the U.S. for teacher certification and licensing.
Right.
It's clear she has a strong theoretical foundation to go along with her practical experience.
A really powerful combination.
And did you see that she even included her language proficiencies?
I did.
French, German, Arabic.
Wow, she's a true polyglot.
That multilingualism is incredible.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes about her adaptability and cultural sensitivity, which are essential in international education.
Absolutely.
It's like she's breaking down barriers and building bridges through language and understanding.
I love that.
And speaking of building bridges, her involvement in organizations like ASCD and Edmodo
Yes.
highlights the importance of professional networks in education.
These organizations provide platforms for educators to connect, share ideas, and collaborate on a global scale.
And she's not just a passive member.
Right.
She's a certified Edmodo trainer.
Wow.
And she even serves as a GCC.
Okay.
That's a Gulf Cooperation Council, ASCD ambassador.
She's really sharing her knowledge and connecting with educators around the world.
It's like she's creating a global community of practice.
Yeah.
Where educators can learn from and support each other. Collectively raising the bar for education worldwide.
I agree. And her founding of the Meredith College Alumni International Chapter in Dubai also speaks to her belief in the power of community and staying connected.
It's about fostering a sense of belonging and giving back.
Right.
You know, it's incredible how all these threads, her experience, her skills, her values, weave together to create a truly inspiring picture of what educational leadership can look like.
She's a fantastic role model for aspiring educators. She demonstrates that success in this field goes beyond just subject matter expertise.
It requires vision, empathy, adaptability, a commitment to lifelong learning, and a genuine passion for unlocking the potential of every learner.
Well said.
So taking all of this into account, what does Chassie's story tell us about the future of education?
I think it suggests that the future of education is personalized, globalized, and increasingly technology-driven. It's about empowering educators to be leaders, innovators, and agents of change.
It's about breaking down silos, building bridges, and creating learning experiences that are relevant, engaging, and equitable for all students.
I love that.
Do you think educational disruptor is the right term for her? Or is she more of an educational Renaissance woman?
Perhaps it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
She embodies that Renaissance spirit, a thirst for knowledge, a passion for innovation, and a profound belief in the power of human potential.
Her diverse experience, her relentless pursuit of knowledge, and her commitment to empowering others paints a picture of an educator who is deeply rooted in traditional values, while also being future-focused.
Her profile is a powerful reminder that education is about so much more than just what happens within the four walls of a classroom.
Yes.
It's about building relationships, fostering leadership, embracing innovation, and above all, unlocking the potential that exists within every individual.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Before we wrap up, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
It's one that I hope our listener will ponder as well.
Right.
If you could ask Chassie one question about her career and what she's learned, what would it be?
That's a thought-provoking question. I think I'd ask her, what's been your biggest takeaway from working in such diverse educational settings around the world? What common threads have you observed, and what unique lessons have you learned from each experience?
That's a fantastic question. Chassie Selowane's profile has been an inspiration, a challenge, and a roadmap for all of us who believe in the transformative power of education.
I couldn't agree more. It's a potent reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping the future of learning.
And that the journey of an educator is never truly finished.
Right.
There's always more to learn, more to share, and more potential to unlock.
Beautifully said.